This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for USVI News. I'm Emily Matson. There is a lot of confusion surrounding the sale of the embattled and shuttered Lime Tree Bay oil refinery on St. Croix. So today, Government House is trying to clear up some of that confusion.
Back in December, the West Indies Petroleum Limited and Port Hamilton Refining and Transportation won the bid to purchase the oil refinery at a bankruptcy auction for $62 million. But this week, West Indies Petroleum Limited said it did not own the facility and had no stake in it, leading a lot of people to scratch their heads and wonder about the future of the plant, which was shut down by the EPA last year after a massive flare incident which set plumes of smoke and oil to be splashed across the nearby community. So to try to clarify the ownership of Lime Tree Bay, Government House said in a statement, quote, "The government of the Virgin Islands takes very seriously the stewardship of the Lime Tree Bay refinery. The sale of the refinery was conducted pursuant to the legal procedures and processes of the U.S. Bankruptcy Code. By public order dated December 21, 2021, the court approved the sale of the refinery. West Indies Petroleum Limited, together with Port Hamilton Refining and Transportation, were designated as the winning bidder under the order and are parties to the asset purchase agreement as purchaser. Title to the purchased assets was transferred to Port Hamilton at the time of closing per the bill of sale attached to the asset purchase agreement. So while both WIPL and Port Hamilton were purchasers under the agreement, the court filings indicate the title to the assets and contracts was in Port Hamilton from the onset. All this information has been and continues to be public record. The statement went on to say that, as usual, the government will continue to monitor developments at the refinery.
In a nutshell, while both companies originally purchased the Lime Tree Bay refinery, when the sale closed back in January, Port Hamilton was legally listed as the purchaser, not West Indies Petroleum. President Biden, in the meantime, is calling on Congress to suspend the federal gas tax for 3 months and is encouraging states, territories to take similar action to provide some direct relief as well. With gas prices up almost $2 a gallon in America since the onset of the war in Ukraine, the Biden administration has been working to boost the supply of oil and gas. The federal government currently charges an 18-cent tax per gallon of gasoline and a 24-cent tax per gallon of diesel. The taxes fund highways and public transportation through the Highway Trust Fund. However, President Biden is calling on Congress to suspend the gas tax until the end of September, while also ensuring there is not a negative effect on the Highway Trust Fund. So here's more on what this proposed gas tax suspension to curb skyrocketing gas prices could mean for you.
It's an all too common sight these days, numbers sometimes ticking up to triple digits as gas prices soar, like Anthony Volpe, who just paid $160 in gas for his pickup truck.
Yeah, I'm shocked. $160, it's almost full. It'll last maybe a day.
According to AAA, the national average for gas is just under $5 a gallon. That's $1.89 more than a year ago.
I think it's just ridiculous.
President Joe Biden says he wants to ease some of that pressure at the pump by suspending the federal gas tax for 3 months.
We can bring down the price of gas and give families just a little bit of relief.
His plan could save the average driver 18 cents a gallon for regular gas and 24 cents for diesel.
The Biden administration announced another ineffective stunt to mask the effects of Democrats' war on affordable American energy.
Congress would need to approve the federal tax break. If it did pass, it would mean less money for infrastructure projects across the country.
President Biden's call for a federal gas tax holiday almost certainly won't make it through Congress. It faces blowback from the president's own allies on Capitol Hill. Virgin Islands police have rearrested a St. Croix man who had escaped police custody. VIPD officers arrested 31-year-old Akil Simmons Tuesday evening after responding to a domestic violence call. They arrested him at the scene, but while outside the police station in Frederiksted, police say Simmons escaped. But on Wednesday night, around 7:30, they arrested him without incident in Estate Glen. He's charged with destruction of property, domestic violence, and escape from custody. St. Croix police chief thanked the community for providing information and officers who pounded the pavement until Simmons was apprehended. VIPD's Economic Crimes Unit arrests a man for allegedly stealing a friend's bank card and making a withdrawal. He's identified as 40-year-old Kareem Edwards. The investigation into a fraudulent bank transaction actually started in January of last year. Police say it revealed Edwards took his former acquaintance's bank card and withdrew $500 from the Sunshine Mall ATM machine without her permission. On Wednesday, detectives arrested him in the area of Kmart West without incident. He's facing several charges, including obtaining money by false pretenses, identity theft, and grand larceny. He was sent to prison under a $20,000 bond. Across the nation, the youngest children are now being vaccinated against COVID-19. More than 2 years into the pandemic, children as young as 6 months old are now eligible to get vaccinated against COVID-19. So children 6 months to 5 years of age are getting both the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines now. This week, providers in the Virgin Islands started administering doses for that age group. The VI's territorial epidemiologist explains where they're offering the shots for kids 6 months and older and what parents need to know before they go.
Exciting news. The Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccines are authorized and approved for 6 months to 4 years old as a 3-dose primary series. As of today, anyone 6 months or older can now get vaccinated, which is very exciting news. As a reminder for all parents of children or individuals accompanying these young children for vaccines or boosters, you need to bring an ID for yourselves, the parent or the guardian, and the child, as well as the child's birth certificate. These pediatric shots are available on St. Croix at the CVC at the Charles Harwood Memorial Complex only on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. On St. Thomas, they are available Tuesdays and Fridays at the Maternal and Child Health Clinic, or MCH Clinic, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. On St. John, pediatric vaccines and boosters are available on Wednesdays between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. at the Port Authority Gravel Lot.
Walk-ins are welcome, but it helps if you have an appointment. To make one, you can call the number on your screen, 340-777-8227, or schedule online at covid19usvi.com/vaccines. And understandably, many parents may have some questions about getting their children under 5 vaccinated for COVID-19. Astrid Martinez speaks with a pediatrician about what parents want to know.
As the first COVID-19 shots go into the arms of the youngest Americans, many parents have questions about the vaccines.
COVID vaccination can help with preventing severe illness, hospitalizations, and deaths in this young age group.
A common question, why get younger children vaccinated for COVID-19 if the illness can be mild for them? Dr. Sarah Boslett is a pediatrician at Indiana University Health.
COVID infection is now the leading infectious cause of death in children under 5. And it doesn't seem like a big deal until it's your child who's really sick.
Another common question, if my child already had COVID-19, do they still need to get the vaccine?
They are at risk of getting it again, and the vaccine provides even more protection over time. If your child currently has COVID, wait until their symptoms have gone away and then schedule their COVID vaccine.
Some parents worry younger children may be more vulnerable to side effects of the vaccine, but studies show they are typically mild and can include fever, pain at the injection site, fatigue, and irritability. As for whether the youngest kids could suffer the rare side effect of heart inflammation seen in some adolescents and adults,
there were no cases reported throughout all the vaccine studies.
And can children get their COVID vaccines along with other regularly scheduled vaccines? Dr. Boslett says yes.
Yeah, many questions, so it's great to get some answers for them. So if your child is experiencing side effects after the vaccine, you can give them some acetaminophen or ibuprofen. But doctors say it's not recommended to give over-the-counter pain relievers before vaccination to try to prevent side effects. The FDA has banned a controversial product at the center of conversation about underage vaping. The FDA has ordered Juul Labs to take its e-cigarettes off the market in the United States. The government essentially forcing Juul e-cigarettes off the market. This comes after Juul stopped selling some flavors of its e-cigarettes, including fruit and mint. Critics and health experts say Juul targeted young people with its marketing, and this move comes amid epidemic levels of teen vaping.